what I wanted to talk about today was a little bit about Social Discovery Ventures, who we are as a company, kind of what our view of the future is, how we envision what we want to do as the next evolution within the dating space. Also talk about our incubator that we've launched. We're looking for companies and founders to fill that. We've also done a number of acquisitions and what we're looking for on that front as well. So kind of quickly break down a little bit about Social Discovery Ventures. But before I do that, a little background on me. I know many of you, some I don't, but I've been in the dating space about 15 years now. Started with the Meet Group. I was the chief revenue officer of the Meet Group for 10 years. Or certainly iterations before that of what it was. And then for the past 2 years, it'll be 2 years in April, since I've joined the dating group, and I'm the chief investment officer there. And our focus really has been to grow, at least from my side, to grow via acquisition, to launch our venture fund, and to launch this incubator that we've done, and then we're going to continue to do with a focus on the two groups of our company. And we have, within SD Ventures, there's dating group. Dating group is international dating, or some niche dating products. And SDV Labs is more of our incubator that's focused on really more products that are kind of pushing the envelope as to what dating means. So really quickly, a little background on dating group. We have about 23 different brands. In that, global dating, or international dating, as it's often called, is really for people to meet from different parts of the world. So you could be in the United States and want to meet somebody in Latin America, and you could use Amo Latino. And you could go there and meet and build a relationship that potentially can flower into something deeper or not. And we also have some niche brands like Guys Only Dating or Date My Age. So when we look at the current leaders in the dating spaces, we look to the kind of future of what we think we want to be. Dating apps are very transactional. We're looking to kind of change a little bit of that and take the dating space not necessarily outside of the physical world. So our true goal is to solve for loneliness. And what this means is what we learned in COVID. I think we were going in this direction anyway. But what we learned during COVID was that even though some of these dating sites had, they were very much designed to meet people, traffic engagement still went up. What that's telling us is that people are essentially lonely, looking to reach out to others, and willing to do that on a dating site when there's actually no real opportunity to date. So kind of, what that tells us is there is this kind of merger of, we've seen the video and dating come together to some extent, but it's more entertainment. And we believe there's kind of this gaming, video, and entertainment, dating, and gaming that can come together, kind of merge, and really, again, use this term that we like to use called solve for loneliness. So, Mark mentioned earlier, and I'll talk about this a lot, and that is digital intimacy. And what that really means is we think that's kind of a next evolutionary step into the space. And it's not to say the other places don't exist and don't still have a strong place, but there is this world that we believe is where you can build and maintain a true, intimate relationship solely in a digital ecosystem. So, we're not talking about kind of finding a partner in kind of Worlds of Warcraft that you can get to know, or creating a chat firm. We're talking about a true digital, intimate relationship. It's kind of merging the gap that lives between social networking and dating, and finding that kind of middle ground where it's a true dating experience, but it also has a social focus to it. So what we want to do, again, is create, invest, acquire companies that thrive on that edge of dating, gaming, and social. So to that end, we've created SDV Labs. which is where we're really creating and developing um, products that fit this niche, if it were, or fit the world of what we believe is the next evolution. And when I look at that, um, some are more traditional videos, some focus closer to dating, some kind of fall in the middle, but we're constantly looking to kind of innovate and create and look to new things. So with that said, um, one of the most interesting products we have is called Metadate, and it is very much what it sounds like. We are trying to create a truly meta universe in which a dating experience can exist. Truly intimate relationship with yourself and somebody else that again, there's no real end goal to necessarily meet this person, right? It's a full experience where you can build that full relationship. What I can do is I want to share a quick little video of kind of the meta date promotion. I'm not sure if the sound's going to work, folks, so just bear with me a minute if it doesn't. In that, this is still very early stage. As kind of virtual worlds continue to expand and we can continue to move into virtual reality, we will continue to do that, and we'll be taking that kind of truly virtual life, dating experience into a digital ecosystem. This is only phase one of it. And then when we talk about, again, digital intimacy and more importantly, solving for loneliness, this is where I think iFriend becomes super interesting to us. And one of the things that I'm personally really passionate about, I love this product. I think there's a tremendous amount of upside. And it is a truly virtual AI relationship. Right? You're building an experience, you're building um, an honest to goodness relationship with an artificial intelligence. And we're still at the very early stages of this as well. But we're trying to be kind of in front of things. Right now it's very much chat driven. That won't always be the case. We are evolving into, it'll evolve into avatars and evolve into more. But this whole idea is building this relationship. And again, I'm going to show you a quick video about iFriend. I don't know if you could hear this, but it's discussing kind of the iFriend's personality with you and what you're going to do with it, and how this is, these are really images that are created. So again, when we look to these products, the idea is this is early. We want to continue to expand and grow on it. But as we look to who we want to be or we think we can be as a company, a brand like iFriend and Meta also works well. Whereas something like Magnet is more dating driven. It feels more traditional. It leverages avatars, leverages some kind of early stage AI, but it is, it's merging entertainment here with dating, but it is still a dating app in that sense. As another example, and this will be the last one we'll use, XOXO is super interesting in that you're building a personality. You're building these totems, and these totems become who you are as you kind of develop, and you get to meet new totems. And it is still about, kind of making new friends, but it's not about your physical appearance really in any way. You're not gender-based, you're not physical age, but you create a mental age, which is based on a series of questions that you build. You have a totem that continues to evolve and grow, and you add features to it. And you go on quests and adventures with others that help you then get to know folks that fit your totem's characteristics and their totem's characteristics, and you can evolve to build real relationships that way. So it takes that kind of skew along with it. So with that said, those are just some examples of the products that are coming out of our lab right now. What I want to now talk about is kind of our venture fund, right? So we have really two arms of our venture fund. We have a much more traditional arm that, again, is focused on this dating space, but it's evolving into that kind of merger of dating and entertainment. And we will, there's an arm that really just invests cash up front. And then there's an arm that's really focused, which is more exciting and most exciting to me, is our incubator, our SDV Labs. So with the VC fund, it is more traditional venture capital. We'll invest in the company. We'll also offer some support just from our resources, from our at least contacts, relationships, and help you find many different attributes. But the incubator is really the kind of the most exciting and interesting part about what we're doing. Hopefully you saw some of these that we already have coming out of the incubator. And what we're looking for is more. And the way it works is, what we've developed is a full team of engineers, HR, PR, marketing, product and project managers that encompass and create this incubator team. And they work for multiple brands at any one time. And then that project manager, much like any other company, would be in charge is to manage, again, the resources that are coming out of it. So that's the concept, but it's still kind of your business to run. And in addition to, of course, that, you'll have access to the people like me and our CEO and financiers. And if we're looking to raise more money or you need expertise in any really region or area, we'll be able to support and help there. So what are we looking for? And I think this is a super interesting question that I think a lot of you are probably kind of asking is, when the SDV Labs incubator, what is it that we're actually looking for? And I think there are three different types of a founder that we want to bring into our incubator, right? So what I like to call the first one is founders for hire. And that literally means we have an idea, and that idea, we love and we want iterated, and we basically need a CEO to come on board and build that. So that's one that is 100% funded by SDV Labs, and then it's owned mostly by SDV Labs, although the founder we bring in will have a piece of that business. Second one, which is rather similar, are founders that have ideas that um, that fit what we want to do, but in this case, we are still looking to fund 100% of it and own a large portion of it and basically take it in house. But we like the founder and we like the product case. We want to kind of bring you on to manage it that way. The third angle and the third approach to it is what I call equity for resources. What that means is you're a founder, you have a product that exists, it's growing, it's moving in the right direction. And what we would do, we would offer then access to this team, to our SDV Labs incubator team, engineers, marketing, HR, PR, and any other support that you could need. And in that, we wouldn't fully support it, but we would do something what we call equity for resources. So we'd offer you access to these. And then for that, we would look to have some equity, but you maintain essentially control 100% of your business. And so when we look at that, we're looking at out of this incubator can also be teams that have something that's more additive to our business as well. I talked to you about that before, where when I can talk about that in a minute. But when we look at, in addition to that, is also our M&A side. So in the past, just under 2 years now, we've acquired 3 companies. Most recent is Cupid Media. Cupid Media is a relatively large business that really helped expand our overall growth and size into the international dating arm, or the more traditional dating aspect of the business. So when we look to fill both that incubator or the M&A strategy, right, we're really looking for 2 things, right? So it's opportunistic fits that fall into dating group. That's where someone like Cupid Media will come in. You have a business that exists that could potentially be profitable into our portfolio, that fits kind of that international dating, that makes sense. We could bring you in, we could add our expansive resources on top of it to help grow and drive new revenue that falls into that dating group category. The other is the SDV Labs, and that is, again, from an acquisition perspective. If we don't want to invest, or we think that it makes sense to us to buy it 100% of your business and bring it in, whether the CEO, we always like to have the CEOs come and join and continue to run their product. So from an M&A perspective, those are the 2 groups we're looking for. Wrapping it up, right? Overall, at the end of the day, Social Discovery Ventures' mission is to solve for loneliness, right? We think there's digital intimacy, true intimate relationships being created in the digital world is an evolution step that the dating space is going to take. We're going to use AI, VR, and avatars and every angle to try and accomplish that. And additionally, we're going to look to continue to grow our niche and global and international dating arm that is strong and profitable business for us.